Hello, my name is Connor Rhodes. I'm a musical artist based out of Texas, and I'm currently working on my debut project, Melano. And these videos are sort of designed to be a little more elaborated look on my thoughts and writing process. So last week I talked about the first lyric I had written, Addiction, and this week we're going to get to my personal favorite song of the first three that I recorded, which is Amorous. And before I get into it, thank you for supporting me, everybody who listens to my music. And if you're watching this and you make music as well, I'm all about lyrics, so feel free to write some of your favorite lyrics down below. I'm always looking for more music to listen to. For this song, it only started off with the first two chorus lines that I had written, which was, how much pain can a heart take? How much hate can a night create? And at first, I vividly remember being on a long drive back from Dallas to Houston, and my car radio didn't work. My AC was out, so it was fucking hot and it sucked, but I made some lemonade out of it, and I just had my phone in my cup holder playing as loud as it could, so it created some a pseudo speaker playing as loud as I could. I just had the metronome going and was singing those two lines over and over again, trying to figure out what tempo would feel good, what phrasing would feel good, and nothing quite fit. And when I was just doing even no accented clicks, and so I just started messing with the time signature setting on my free metronome app, seeing if it was in 6 or in a variation of 3. And I don't know much about music. I've forgotten a lot of what I did learn, so I'm just kind of winging stuff. I know when stuff sounds really wrong, but my sense of time has always been good. I still have that, even if I don't understand the rhythms as much, or what the rhythms are doing, how to write it out. But I counted the syllables in my lines, and I realized I had 7 syllables in each of them. So I've always loved odd meter stuff. I just never thought I could figure out a way to make it work in my own music. And sure enough, setting the click to 7, it ended up fitting perfectly, and couldn't stop just humming the rhythm. And I ended up freestyling some of the other lines, just singing along to the click, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not super well versed musically, so it felt I felt really proud to stumble into musical complexity, but I knew the song was there. It was just a matter of crafting and working with it. I'm not much of I'm not a sculptor, but I imagine it'd be sculptors working with marble and or other materials. They're given with imperfections, and it kind of, based on the way the stuff you have is already there, it kind of carves itself out to you. You work with what you have, and so I have a good sense of time. I'm not the most musically versed. I can write good lyrics, and it just kind of ended up culminating in what the style of this record ended up being. So accepting my strengths and limitations, it gives comfort that no matter how long it takes to release my songs or my album, I have my own sound. Even if it's not for everybody, I'm confident that what I have is my own. So I spent pretty much the whole 4-hour drive just freestyling to the click, trying to come up with more lyrics that could work with it. something that could go with the theming of the two lyrics I'd already written. How much pain can a heart take? How much hate can a night create? It's some vivid imagery, but it doesn't necessarily give anything away yet. It doesn't tell you what the song's going to be about. So, like, once I got back from my drive and was actually, like, able to sit down and work on it, and I knew it would work in 7. I'd recently, like, been through breakup in my own, series of in dealing with infidelity and cheating. It's not super extensive, but, like, that was on my mind at the time. So that was, like, the first thing that came to mind. I was like, okay, this song's gonna be about cheating, these first 2 lines, and I have the time signature, and it's not much of a song yet, but I'm pretty sure it's there, and I'm really excited because I've never written something in an odd meter. I've always loved odd meter music, stuff like This Town Needs Guns, and I love all kinds of music, so it's hard to think off the top of my head. But yeah, I remember that being a really good feeling. It's part of the reason this is, like, my favorite of the 3 I wrote, even though it's not necessarily the best lyrically. I think it doesn't say as much, but I think the way it all came together was just so beautiful. So after I had the first 2 lines written, I thought, going with the unanswered questions is a good, like, it's almost like you're in, like, a crowded room of a bar overhearing like an argument or a conversation, is the way it kind of, like, feels to me now that I'm, like, looking back at it. How much pain can a heart take? Hate can a night create? Wait before I break. And so it's just unanswered questions, and then by the time you get to the next line, a love betrayed in shades of gray. That's, I think, my favorite line of the whole lyric that I wrote. Even though it doesn't go perfectly with the rhyme scheme I've set up before. I like how betrayed in shades of gray, like, it's just got all the emphasis on the A vowel, and it's not exactly 7 syllables, but you can fudge it and make it work. And so, with the chorus message kind of already being solidified, it's like, it can be taken as, like, internal questioning, or, like, how I was explaining it before, where it's like you're overhearing the conversation at a bar, whatever suits the listener, really. But I think it took my chance and danced with fate. Bless my lips with one more kiss. The consequence can wait. The melody is, like, sort of upbeat, bouncy, because it has that rhythm to it. Even though it's not necessarily the happiest topic to be talking about, I think the combination of it being in the odd meter gives it that sense of uncomfortability, but it pairs with a pretty catchy melody, and not the happiest, like, topic, to create this just vibe of temptation. And the verses, I had to kind of, like, figure out after the chorus, like, what the rest of the section's narrative we could do, and so it's like, I thought it would be the most interesting to delve into the perspective of the cheater, go kind of, and yeah. So for the verses, felt like it would be more interesting to go into the perspective of the cheater, because you never know what's going on in two people's relationships. It's easy to like, say or think like, why didn't you just break up first, or why didn't, like, if you're gonna do that, just break up with them. But there's all kinds of circumstances. Everybody's got, you know, different points in their life that they're at, and so sometimes things just happen. And yeah, so I felt like the verses could cover that base, you know, setting the rules for why you leave me. Everything's not black and white. Who will you really be deceiving? Hope you're wronged so you'll be right. What if you tried to get even? What if I've got my own reasons? Are you sure you're ready for that? Because I'm not ready for that. Not again, like, I don't love like these verses, but the fact that they're in the odd meter and they have that groove to it, I feel like kind of it carries the weight that my lyrics, like, I feel like are lacking in this spot. It makes up for it, but then, you know, goes to the chorus. Let me get to the second verse. More so just like elaborating on what could lead someone to that. It's kind of like a back and forth between two people, you know. You want to know all of my secrets. I'm afraid to let them go, and I won't let you. You know, fear of opening up in the second verse. It's like hard to come clean, you know, when you do something like that. And so the bridge just kind of like caps off the narrative aspect of the lyric. I like how I kind of changed it to it's like 5-syllable intervals. So I hesitated, she contemplated, it's complicated, so overrated, both left frustrated, we almost made it. And then, yeah, it just kind of caps off the narrative of it with, you know, once it's out there, it's like, it's out there. Sometimes it'd be better to like keep it a secret, but once eventually the secrets come out, and once it's out, it's out. And it's just an unfortunate situation for both parties. But yeah, so that was, you know, my behind the lyric for my song Amorous. You can check it out on Spotify or any other platform. Again, I'm working on my debut project Melano, which will come out in hopefully summer of 2023. And thank you for watching. Thank everybody for supporting me. And if you want to keep up to date with, you know, what I'm doing, content I make, you can go to my website, rhodesconnor.com, or follow me on any of my socials, rhodesconnor_C. Yeah, so next week we'll be talking about ambivalent, and yeah, look forward to unraveling that one. So have a good day. Bye.